judge threw out the rape charge that had sent him to prison for more than 5 years. A classmate accused Banks of raping her in the stairwell of their Long Beach high school.
My only dream in the world was to just be free.
Hello all, and welcome back to my channel, Red Femme Diaries. First, I want to just, thank all of you for your support as my channel slowly grows and builds. I just want to thank you all for coming here and just taking the time to listen to what a woman like me has to say. So thank you for that. Before we get into this video here, I just want to make a quick reminder that my channel here is not just about the wickedness of women. That's just what I've started out as. My channel is a red channel, which means it is fully red-pilled. Not just red-pilled, but it's coming from a red state. And here we believe in the red shed blood of Christ as a way of salvation. So I need you all to understand that. So all of my videos are not going to be about just women. In fact, this particular video here is about a man. So as much as I can get on the women, sometimes the men need to be looked at too. I came across this video on Facebook. This video is from a television show on the network. I don't watch television. I stopped watching television years ago. So I'm be honest with you, I'm not sure this shows something about them being with somebody fresh out of jail. I don't know, but I really wanted to break this video down. This is not about bashing women. I want to take a look at the young man here. So as we normally do, take a little ride with me. We're going to watch this video and we're going to break it apart. We're going to really look at the state of a lot of young men. Okay, here we go.
It'll be the first time I'm gonna be able to see Nikki in the free world. Nicole is the love of my life. She's been in prison for 4 years, and I ain't had sex in 1.5 years.
Hey, babe.
Bring that ass here, girl.
Oh, how much money have you spent on her in 1.5 years?
20, 30 grand.
This is all mine.
Ready to roll, baby?
I got $1,000 in my bra right now.
Think about it at home, away from home, right?
I ain't never back here.
Yeah.
Never. I got out of prison this morning, and fiance's dropping me off at my mom's. It feels like a dream, like I'm waiting to wake up. I can't believe I'm in the car right now. You're going so fast. Oh my God, I'm freaking out.
I'm only going 45.
It's crazy.
So listen, why don't you go to the back and see what else I got?
This whole bag?
Yeah, the whole bag.
Oh my God, look at these watches.
Yes, sir.
Baby. Oh, I know that was expensive.
Yeah, money ain't no object in the company.
That's what I was thinking. What is this? You got my phone on red.
Yeah.
What is this?
Just something. You know what I want you to do with that?
Well, I'm gonna put it on,
But what?
but you can look, but you can't touch.
Nah, don't do that. Don't even do that.
What?
I'm touching all that. Hell
I
yeah.
told you how I feel about that. I told you that I have anxiety, I just got out of prison, and I don't want to be touched all over.
Yeah, you right.
Before
Okay, I know that is a lot to swallow, but understand, anyone out there that's listening to me, these videos are not just for you. This is for my sons. You know what really broke my heart about this video? This isn't a bad looking young man, decent looking young man. Evidently, he's worked hard enough to where he was able to save over $30,000 to waste on this female. He was able to work hard and save this money. And instead of investing this money in stocks, maybe bonds, you hear a lot about Bitcoin now and things like that. Maybe his education, maybe putting the money into a business. This reasonable, decent looking young man decides to blow his hard-earned money on this female that he found in prison. And you know what's really sad? He's so excited that instead of investing the money in himself, he invested it in her. And he thinks that now he has his prize. He picks her up from the prison, from the jailhouse, and he lavishes her with even more cash and more gifts and watches and lingerie and money. All these things he just lavishes on his prize. And as she unwraps her gift of lingerie, and he's thinking this woman that he's invested in is just going to open herself up to him, she tells him that she is not interested in that. She's been in prison for 4 years and she doesn't want to be touched. That is what she says to this man that has dedicated himself to her all these years. Okay, let me be quiet. Let's continue on. Let's go to the right spot here. Okay, you guys gotta bear with me. I'm building it as I fly. Okay, let's take a look here.
I have not been touched in 4 years. That makes me uncomfortable.
You ain't been touched in 4 years.
No, I haven't. By nobody.
I haven't had sex in a year and a half in order to maintain my loyalty and be faithful to Nicole. As far as Nicole having sex, I'm not sure what she did there. But I think that since me and Nicole have been dating, she has not seen anybody else other than me.
I mean, it's a jackpot. You're spoiling me today.
It's 4 years ago. This is a woman I'm gonna spend the rest of my life with, so I can wait another day to be intimate with her.
I'll let you look at me in the bra. I'll send you some sexy ass selfies too.
I hate excuse me. I hate to do this to you guys, but you guys really need to really look at this. So this young man has saved himself for a year and a half so that he can be with this wonderful woman that he's found in prison. He kind of already knows, if he kind of hinted towards the fact that he understood that this woman has clearly been with other people while she's been in prison. She's been with prison guards. She's been with fellow inmates. She was with her bunkmate. She was with the person in the cafeteria. She was with the guard on the late shift. She was with the guard on the morning shift. He knows this, but for whatever reason, he would prefer to live in delusion that he saved himself for this beautiful virginal princess. He'd rather live in that delusion that he didn't blow his $30,000 than to accept the truth of what he actually spent his money on. A woman that has been probably ran through by everyone up and down that prison yard. And I think, here's where we decide to take the red pill or the blue pill. He can either decide accept that truth and accept what he's done, cut his losses and move on, or he can continue in the delusion. So let's see what this young man's gonna do.
So, I don't know if I'm gonna stay at your house tonight.
You don't know.
I know that you want me to, but I just feel like
If you don't want to say, you don't have to.
I just haven't seen my mom in a really long time.
And I understand.
I
I had planned on seeing my mom and then going to his place. But now that I'm out, my anxiety is so bad. Even being hugged is kind of making me feel uncomfortable. Oh my gosh, this is my mom's house.
Sorry, so we'll never go meet and everything.
I think I'm just gonna go here by myself.
So, well, hold on, what now?
I want you to meet my mom eventually. When you meet my mom, I want you to be special.
Okay, so it looks like we may have an idea of what he's choosing. So here is the opportunity for him to meet the mother of the love of his life. And that is not what she wants. He just knows after spending over $30,000, of course, this woman that I love and put on a pedestal, of course, she would want to spend the night with me. Of course. But that's not what she wants to do. So again, does he decide, do I take the red pill and wake up to reality, or do I stay asleep? So let's find out. Oh, I have technology issues. I'm working on it. But let's fast forward. I don't want you guys to have to suffer and watch all of this. I did it for you. Okay, here we go. Let's start here. Let's see.
Nicole is the best decision I ever made in my life, so I could see us, setting up a wedding and everything and getting married.
There's a few things that I haven't told Beyonce, but, just because I'm in love with him doesn't mean I don't want to talk to anybody else anymore. I literally just got out of prison. I'm not married. Like, I have a lot of life to live, and, just trying to have a little fun.
Okay. So this right here is why I started this channel, because a lot of people would look at a clip like this, whatever show this is and whatever network it's on, and we'll look at this and we'll kind of chuckle and laugh. But as far as I understand, this is a real person that's really going through this, and it's actually very heartbreaking to me, because here, I'm not rich, and I know how much work it takes to earn $20,000, $30,000. And for someone to be so blinded by this world and the lies of this world that they would flush that down the toilet is actually very heartbreaking to me. And I give my life and my energy to the two young men that I'm raising, and I will be damned if after all the work I put into them that they would waste their talents and energy on something as foolish as a female. So I want to look, my channel is red, so it's red pilled, red state, red blood of Christ. So I'm going to read a scripture. It's in Proverbs 21:20. And it says this is the ESV version to make it simple so that people can understand. It says, precious treasure and oil are in a wise man's dwelling, but a foolish man devours it. So as much as I want to feel sorry for this young man, his wealth and his treasure, he decide to waste it on a female. And I know some of you guys are saying, oh yes, Red Femme Diaries, that could never be me. I would never waste my money on a female like this. He's crazy, but not me. But I'm going to show you another video here, and maybe this might hit home to some of you young men and older men out there that have wasted your wealth on a female, what it really looks like. So let's take a look at this next video.
When you see him, notice on me. When you see him, notice on me. When you see him, know that's on me right there. When you see him, notice on me. When you see him, notice on me. When you see him.
Okay. So how many of you men out there that wagged your fingers at the young man that spent thousands on a woman in jail, has done this. Here's another young black man, nothing wrong with him, 27 years old. And for whatever reason, he's chosen to take on a single mother with her 3 children. And he somehow thinks that this is a wise thing to do. My father did the same thing, but he took on a woman with 2 children. We think, this is the way. This is the way that we build the black community, by saving women that have made poor decisions with their womb. Now, let's just think, if this woman didn't get this foolish young man to take her and her 3 children on, what would his life have looked like? All those hours he worked, and I think it said from, was it 6 a.m. to 8 a.m. or 8 a.m. to 6 a.m. Either way, he was working lots of hours, 6 days a week, to invest into this woman and her children, some other man's legacy. Imagine if he worked those same hours and invested in himself and his career or his business and what he was trying to make of himself. What if he had his own woman with his own legacy and put that money into his legacy? That is how you build community. What will all this man's work and effort go into? It'll go into dysfunction. And the problem is, all you men that seem to think that this is the way to go, this is how you fix the black community, by saving these women and their poor decisions, you know what you're doing? You're signaling women and letting them know that they can be foolish with their wombs and basically get impregnated by anyone, and some fool will come and rescue them. That is not how you build a community. You do not build a community on dysfunction, young men. This is not okay. You are not a hero because you saved a woman from her bad decisions. Sometimes that woman needs to sit and stew in her bad decisions. If you are young, in your 20s and 30s, you invest and you work hard to build your business or whatever it is that you're trying to do. The women will come. Your seed means something. I'm not just saying this to my sons. I'm saying this to any young man that hears my voice. Your seed means something. You are worth more than just taking on the legacy of another man. You are not helping the community. You're enabling the community to do bad behavior. Stop. Look at this young man. We see him here on the screen, 27 years old. Healthy, strong. He can have his own legacy, but he has to take on 3 from another man. How many more kids do you think this woman's going to push out for him? And then now his children have to take less because there's 3 other mouths to feed. I'm sorry. This is not the way to go. I wish you guys could hear me. Oh, but I get too excited as usual. Anyway, thank you for listening. And thank you for supporting my channel. Please hit the like button and the subscribe button. And thank you again. This is Red Femme Diaries.